everyone, welcome back to the channel. This week we're on episode 72 of my brand new comics haul series. I've got a big 10-issue haul to show you guys this week. 4 of them are from last week, so I'll show those at the end of the video so you guys don't lose too much interest. I do have 6 new issues though, so let's pull these out of the bag. This week I got 5 new issues from Marvel and 1 from Image. Pretty big stack here, so let's get right into these books as soon as we get this bag out of the way. Alright, now that that's all sorted out, let's get right into the haul. So we'll start off with Marvel Comics as always. We've got a couple really big issues that came out from Marvel this week. There have been some supply chain issues though, so that's why I got a lot of my Marvel issues late. Over the last couple weeks there have been a bunch of issues. Let's get right into this haul though with probably my most anticipated issue of the week. This is a really big one that a lot of people have been waiting on for a few months at this point. This is X-Men Hellfire Gala issue number 1. A big, thick $8 issue. I think you get 60 pages of content in here, and that's an awesome cover there. We've got 4 or 5 different artists on this book, and it's telling the story of the second year of the Hellfire Gala. This time around, they're just doing this one shot. There's a couple issues that are kind of tying into it. I think Immortal X-Men also came out this week, and that's tying into the Hellfire Gala, as well as an Amazing Spider-Man issue that comes out soon. So really not as much as last year. I do appreciate that, but I also don't really think that this Hellfire Gala is going to be as big a deal, because last year we got like the announcement that the mutants are going to terraform Mars, a new X-Men team, bunch of other stuff. This time around, it looks like we are going to get a new X-Men team. We all voted on that. It's not as big a deal as the last one. It's just a one-shot, but it should still be pretty cool. Alright, let's move on with Marvel Comics here. I've got another one-shot that released this week, another pretty big deal here. This is Avengers X-Men Eternals Eve of Judgment number 1. This is just a one-shot, and then the new miniseries called Judgment Day starts in a couple weeks. This is leading into it, and it's this big crossover happening between the Avengers, X-Men, and Eternals. I've talked about it a lot on this channel. I'm honestly really excited for this event. The idea is that the Eternals have somehow found out that the mutants, ever since they terraformed Krakoa, since they terraformed Mars, they've evolved too far and they've become excess deviation. And excess deviation is what these Eternals are programmed to kill, right? Usually deviants are these monsters that are like trapped in the core of the earth. All this crazy Eternals lore that Kieran Gillen has been putting into his run. He's also writing this issue, he's writing the whole event as well. So we'll see though. That's Avengers X-Men Eternals Eve of Judgment number 1, just a one-shot. Moving on with this week's new Marvel Comics releases, the next one that I ended up picking up this week was Fantastic Four, issue number 45. So they marketed number 44 as the last issue of Reckoning War, but we've still got the tag up here. It was left on a total cliffhanger. I can't remember exactly what the cliffhanger was. With number 44, a lot happened in that last issue. So we're at this big climactic moment in the Reckoning War. Everything is at stake, and it's all contained within the pages of Fantastic Four. I've talked about it before. I really think this could have been a bigger event. For some reason, this whole story that Dan Slott was leading up to for 8 years, like they always talk about, I think it was longer than that, between a bunch of different series that he kept on hinting at, it only ended up being a story arc like in the latter half of his run of Fantastic Four. We do know that it's ending next issue though. Dan Slott is leaving the comic, and we've got a guest creative team coming on for some Judgment Day tie-ins, starting with number 47. Alright, I've got a couple more Marvel Comics issues that came out this week to show you guys that I ended up picking up. The next one here is Punisher issue number 4. So this is done by Jason Aaron. He's the writer on this ongoing Punisher run. Last month we had kind of a break from the ongoing run. Between issues 3 and 4 there's a one-shot called Punisher War Journal Blitz. I still have yet to read that. I've been catching up on my Marvel and Image issues for a little while at this point, so I'm a little bit behind on some of these series, but Punisher I have been enjoying so far. I think the first issue was really phenomenal. Second issue and third issue weren't quite as good. It's kind of been losing me a little bit over these last couple issues, and I'm hoping for a little bit of a change. Basically, it's just kind of been the same story so far for the first 3 issues. We have this new concept. Punisher is working for the Hand. He's been hired by them. It's this like criminal organization, and he's just killing different criminals around the world with them using his ninjas, who are basically his henchmen at this point. He's got the logo redesign, which was really controversial when it happened, but what I always say in these videos is look past the logo. This is a great Punisher run so far, and you just have to take it for what it is. It really doesn't matter what the logo on his chest is in the long run, right? Alright, here's the last issue from Marvel Comics that I ended up picking up this week. We've got Moon Knight number 13. So last issue was number 12. It was kind of considered the last issue of the first big story arc, where we had Zodiac as the main villain. All of that got wrapped up. It was kind of left on a cliffhanger, just like I was talking about in Fantastic Four. Marvel always leaves these, like, in their solicitations, it makes it seem like these different issues are the end of different story arcs, but then they still leave things up in the air. I think that's kind of funny. But Moon Knight number 13, it has some guest art. It's honestly by an artist that I haven't really liked the work of too much in the past. What I do appreciate about Moon Knight so far, though, is that they always have those two main artists that are doing the whole run, right? And it's mostly Alessandro Capuccio. He's the main artist on this. There's guest art in this issue, though, so it's not him. But he barely ever takes breaks. It's only ever like one issue by a different person, and then he comes in for another 5 or 6 issues. All the different personalities are coming in here, and we got kind of a twist at the end of the last issue. So I think this series is going to go great places. It's been pretty good so far. Moon Knight number 13. All right, now I do have one issue that came out from Image Comics that I ended up grabbing this week, and that's A Town Called Terror number 4. The only issue that I was able to get here was the cover B, which also looks pretty cool here. I think I'm probably going to end up dropping this series unless this issue really turns around. The art in this by Simone Kudransky really blows me away every time. They're getting their full creative freedom, you can really tell, because the plot, there's barely anything going on, so the artist pretty much has more say in this series at this point than I'd say the writer does. The plot, though, that we kind of know so far, there's been a lot going on, but we know that there's this son of a father who lives in this town called Terror. It has a population of like 1,000 something. It's a really small town, and it's populated pretty much fully by monsters. This son has been forced back to live in this town. He wanted to escape it forever, but his father kidnapped him and brought him back to the town, and now he wants him to help find his mother, or else he won't let him go. He won't let his son go back to his wife and get back to his normal life. Didn't mean to rhyme that there, but this series is okay. I'm probably going to drop it like I said, but if this issue is good, maybe I'll continue on. We'll see. A Town Called Terror number 4, it's cover B. Well, that was every single new issue that I ended up picking up this week. I do have 4 issues that came out last week also, though. I'll blow through these pretty quickly. I don't want to bore you guys here, but I thought I would still show them. They're all from Marvel Comics, so let's get it started here with The Amazing Spider-Man issue number 5. I wasn't too big of a fan of the series when it started with issues 1. Number 2 wasn't that good in my opinion either, but I think issues 3 and 4 were really good. I read them back to back. John Romita's artwork is really growing on me. A lot of people are still hating on it, but I think Zeb Wells is the perfect writer for this as well, because he's adding a little bit more humor to Amazing Spider-Man. Great so far. Issue 900 is next, so that's a big one. We've got that, and then next up I've also got Strange Academy. This is number 18. It says, Who Will Destroy Strange Academy? Done by Scotty Young and Huberto Ramos. This is one of my favorite series from Marvel. Unfortunately, though, this is the last issue. They're saying there's supposed to be some sort of relaunch that's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to continue with the same creative team, the same numbering, or whether they're going to renumber, whether there's going to be a new creative team, but we got this cliffhanger last issue. We know the kids are kind of rebelling against the teachers of Strange Academy, and there's some big things happening. So Strange Academy number 18, the last issue for now. A couple more here. I've got Ghost Rider number 4, which also came out last week. This new run by Benjamin Percy has been really good so far in my opinion, so I'm going to continue on with it for now. It's got a kind of a horrific feel. We've got Johnny Blaze just going down the highway on his motorcycle. He can't even remember what happens when he turns into Ghost Rider. We've got like kind of an Immortal Hulk-esque transformation that happens where Ghost Rider rips out of Johnny Blaze's body. Super gory, super grotesque. I'm really liking this series so far, though. It's well written by Benjamin Percy, so we've got that. And then the final issue that I've got to show you guys this week that came out last week is Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor issue number 2. The first issue honestly wasn't really my favorite. There was a little bit too much going on. There are too many words in that first issue, which is something that I've kind of noticed a lot about Torun Grönbeck's writing. So I hope this series gets better as it goes on, but it's kind of just marketing for the new Thor Love and Thunder series, movie, obviously. This is something that people can pick up after they watch that movie. If you guys have already seen it, let me know what you thought down in the comment section below. I thought that movie was alright, but we've got that as well, Jane Foster and the Mighty Thor number 2. Alright, then that was every single one of the brand new issues that I ended up picking up this week, as well as those 4 issues that came out last week. Let me know which issues you ended up picking up, or if you already read all your issues this week, which one is your favorite? Definitely let me know your thoughts on the Hellfire Gala, and do look out for my short review that I'll be posting of that issue later today. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to show a little bit more support to the channel, you can also hit the subscribe button down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.